What is good, YouTube? Quinway basketball analysis, holding it down for analysisplayground.com. And we're going to talk about my Boston Celtics potentially getting Bradley Beal, who has shown interest. Tatum, that's my brother, that's my guy. He's an all-star, all NBA player last year, was shredding up defenses this year, has some great performances in the playoffs without Jaylen Brown, without Kimba, and he's a guy that cares enough on defense to where y'all can have something special. But if you follow this channel and if you've been subscribed to me throughout all these years or been at least the last 3 years, you know that I loved Jaylen Brown even before my Celtics drafted him. I even seen him at Summer League and I knew he would be an all-star. I even did a breakdown of him at Summer League and said this guy has everything you need to be a star. And this year he proved me right as being an all-star and really having a great offensive season. I knew it would take some years. I knew it would take a lot of work. And I did believe that his shooting would come around. And it all clicked this year. And his value is at its highest this year, even though he had that wrist injury. But it's something that you have to understand. One, if you're the Boston Celtics, you're only making this trade if Bradley Beal is willing to sign the extension, as you already have Jaylen Brown locked down long term, and he's a proven all-star. But not only that, he's a two-way player that competes. He's a two-way player that can play with or without the ball, and he's not a demanding guy, as he has proved throughout his career, whether that's coming off the bench, being a support player to Kimba and Jason Tatum, or whether it's stepping his game up and becoming that offensive player that it took years for him to get there, but he did eventually become a solid two-way guard. And even though Bradley Beal is a significant upgrade offensively, he is also a significant decrease in defense. And that's going to be my question. If we make this trade, is we getting a different Bradley Beal? And you might say, what are you talking about? He was all NBA All-Star player. Yeah, and I've been feeling like Bradley Beal was a workaholic too. I said that he will be an All-Star when he got drafted. I said that he will be one of the better players. I didn't see him averaging 30, honestly, but that just shows you how much he loves the game of basketball, how much he loves playing the game of basketball, and how great he has become because of his work ethic and his passion for the game. But we are going to need commitment defensively, as he has been one of the worst guard defenders in the league and has been a part of some of the worst defenses we have ever seen the last 2 years. And you can say he didn't really have the necessary talent and the necessary coaching to hold him to accountable defensively. And I say that's true, especially when you basically have to get 30 points every single game just for them to be able to win in Washington. And I would say that's true. But you don't have to do that in Boston. And we're not looking forward to put that much pressure on you in Boston because we already have a lot of guys that can put the ball in the basket. And you're already playing with another all-star that has averaged over 20 the last couple years that can help you do that. Not only that, I do want to know what we do with Marcus Smart. Some fans have been torn with Marcus Smart. Some people feel like they wanted a little bit more. Some people feel like he slipped and his care went down this year, and he did have some injuries and stuff that could contribute to that, to be fair. But Marcus Smart has been a guy that Danny Ainge loved and wanted to keep around. And he has been the heart of our team sometimes, especially prior years compared to this one. And getting rid of him will be hard because we do still need a point guard now that we don't have Kimba and we still trying to be a competitive team. So I think that if we do get Bill, it will be another move that we will have to make to solidify ourselves as a legitimate contender in the Eastern Conference. And we do need Bill to be locked down defensively. He has the strength, he has the mobility and the IQ to be able to do it. And we've seen that early with him as a rookie and as a sophomore and as a junior, and especially in the playoffs when he was with Washington with John Wall. But we haven't seen him since he became the man and Washington became his team even try or care enough on that end of the court. But that's something that we know Smart will do, and that's something that we know Brown will do. It has done, even when he came off the bench, and that's something that Bradley Beal will have to guarantee us too. Not only that, it will be kind of fun having a guard that can literally get his own shot or play off the ball and literally take over games whenever he feels like it. Jaylen Brown did show signs of being able to do it, but hasn't really took that level to that superstar offensive player. And Jason Tatum has shown that he can take over and dominate games, but he still needs a little bit more bag, and he still has a little bit more room to grow. The best part about it is he's very, very young, so we still have him locked up now, and hopefully we can continue to grow his game as he has improved significantly too since he's been a rookie and has been one of the most respected players around the league, and he should be, honestly. And I love having him on our team, and I love the fact that we locked him down. But if this trade does happen, I am very, very interested in seeing what else Brad Stevens does, because this trade will give us a lot of hype, and it will bring over a lot of skeptics saying, can Bradley Beal do this? Can the Celtics still do this? Or the Celtics really a contender? A lot of people are going to be questioning us. A lot of people is going to be wondering. And obviously, we're going to lose the downside of Jaylen Brown, who has, like I said, continued to improve. And we will be losing him for a guaranteed 30-point score, which you won't be that mad at if he tries harder on defense and be held more accountable and be demanded to be excellent on both ends of the court. But to me, I'm not really going to be super and get him locked down in the extension. And he does love playing with Jason Tatum, as we done seen that they love each other that much. I wouldn't be mad having Bradley Beal on our team for a couple years in his prime, and he has hit the peak the last 2 years, and he can be peaking with us. Plus, we still have the requisite talent and some little minor pieces that can give him the space and to operate in the pick and roll, outside of the pick and roll, play on and off ball. He just needs to be more of a marksman from three. He was drafted as a shooter. His 3-point shot hasn't been where I would like it to be either, but I feel like they can have that fixed, especially with him not having to dribble and create and take as many tough and bail out threes, because he just had to do it on Washington. He won't be required to do that as much with a team like the Celtics. So to me, it's an ideal situation for Bill. You go to a team that is better, honestly, talent wise. You have a coach that can give you some different lessons, can really challenge you too. And you do have another guy, Jason Tatum, that's hungry. He made it to the conference finals multiple times. He's trying to get over the hump. He's showing some signs that he's going at Larry Bird, even though he's far away from it, but he's showing some signs that he doesn't really care. He really wants to go out there and improve, get better, and dominate the game at the highest level, which he has shown signs of doing. And if you pair him with another weapon that's hungry too, and really want to go out there and have a blast at the same time, plus we still got to look at the retooling that we're doing after that move, we can be a dangerous team. We can be a tough team. And I feel like our offense has got stagnant. I feel like our offense doesn't flow as well sometimes. And I feel like Bradley Beal can heal a lot of those problems with his ability to get buckets from everywhere on the court at a more efficient level than ever in his career, the last two. So I don't think I'd be in a rush to do it if I was Brad Stevens. The Jaylen Brown has been going up and up and up, and I love him, and I love his work ethic, and I like what he brings to the table. He's one of my favorite players to watch because I like the fact that he gets in people. He loves to defend. He loves to grow, and he's a confident player, and he has some of the upside to be a potential superstar if he continues to work on his game. But then again, it's no guarantee that he will be. But we took what he had last year and we was happy. We just wish he stayed healthier and our team was healthier and was able to play a little bit more together with our full roster intact, in which we didn't see enough of. But the Celtics are a dangerous team. A lot of people know how good this team is. A lot of people know what this team can be. Even Kevin Durant and them was kind of like, yeah, Boston, they ain't scared of nobody. And this Boston team, they can play with anybody, especially if we're healthy, which we wasn't in the playoffs. And we still gave that Brooklyn Nets team some scares, and we did win a game, and we did, stay positive at the end of the day going through that series, even when everybody dropping like flies. But As a Celtics fan, I would love to keep Jaylen Brown too. So if this trade doesn't happen, I'm still gonna be riding with Jaylen Brown and not being crazy that we kept him. But if we do get Jaylen Brown gone, if Jaylen Brown do leave for Bradley Beal, it does depend on how much we give up. And we are giving an All-Star for All-Star, so we gotta give up a little bit more because Bradley Beal is better right now, and we do want that extension to be locked in too, because like I said, Jaylen Brown is already under his. But I think it brings some fun and some enthusiasm back to Boston after the down year that we had, a disappointing season. And I do think that if we get Bradley Beal with Tatum, we're one piece away from being a scary, scary team in the Eastern Conference when everybody gets on the same page and get ready to go. But at the same time, we have to see all the details, and we have to see would Brad Stevens really trade one of our all stars for one that people would deem as better. But we do know Jaylen Brown has that upside. He's been improved basically every single year of his career. And even though he's coming off an injury, I don't see him slowing down. I'm a Jaylen Brown believer from day one before he was a Celtic. He has proved me right so far. And if we trade him, I'm hoping he don't prove me wrong, even though I'm still going to be having love for him because he's a great player. But this is a fun video. This is a fun topic. I wouldn't be mad either way. But at the same time, it do depends on what we do after we get after we get Bradley Beal and what we give up. Then we can start looking at this team a little differently than we did the last 2 years. And remember, we were just in the Eastern Conference Finals in the bubble. Even though we lost to Miami, we was 2 games and actually a couple minutes away from forcing a Game 7, guys. Then Bam took over, honestly and truthfully. But we ain't as far as y'all think. But we do got to give some competition. And teams are getting better. Teams are swinging for the fences. And I don't blame Brad Stevens for doing it too, because that's just part of being the GM. And that's part of the game of basketball. Continue to grow, continue to get better so you can have a chance to win the title. And that's what we want to get back to, as we haven't been in the finals since 2010, guys. And it'll be a beautiful thing to get back there and bring one to Boston to break that tie with the nasty, lucky Lakers. But I'll come back to y'all tomorrow. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, signing out, and can't wait for the draft.